Okay, hello everybody and welcome back. I just decided I would go a little further on the video. I didn't show you exactly how I did this in the first video, so I'm going to put the two together, show you a little bit more of how I did this project, and we'll go from there. And it's a good thing I did, because when I look back at this now, the measurement that I told you originally isn't correct. When I measure from this little reinforcement rib to the other one straight across the bucket, it's exactly 10 1/8 inches. So we'll go back to our little pie here, and if we multiply 3.14 times the 10.125, which is 10 1/8 inches, then you get 32 inches roughly. And we're going to add a couple inches to that, so I'll cut the piece of pipe about 34 inches long. So I'm back again. Now you're probably wondering why I'm doing this in a bathroom. And the reason being is that the smoke alarms in this rental unit that I'm in are so good that even the little bit of vapors that this pipe gives off when you heat it up sets the smoke alarms off. So the only place I can do this is here, where there's a vented fan that'll suck the vapors out before the smoke alarms go off. So I apologize for the extra sound, but that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So we got our piece of pipe here, and then like I said in the first part of the video, you want to heat this directly parallel to the pipe. You don't want to be doing a fanning motion, because otherwise then you'll just be heating mostly in the middle, and then it won't come out as well. So we'll start heating this up, and it takes a little bit of time, but eventually you should notice the pipe becoming flimsy. And when I edit this video, I'm probably going to cut everything a lot shorter than what it is, because it's going to take a while to do this, and you want to spin this pipe too as you're doing it so that you heat it evenly. Now it pays to have patience on this part, because this will take some time to do. Definitely got to speed this part up. This is a slow, arduous process. I think I'm starting to see it become a little bit more flimsy. Looks like the pipe's starting to bend a little bit. So let's give that a try. I'll take this against the pipe, or against the bucket I mean, and start our bend. The hardest part is getting the end of it bent. So you can see I got it started to bend there, and we'll just keep going with that. I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing, but as soon as I get this done and the whole way around, we'll start the video again. Oh, and then we have two caveats that I have to mention. One is that you'll have to deburr these edges here for that coupling to fit on the end here like that, and then push these two together like this, and then when I glue that, that'll stay in there like that. So you have to deburr those edges, and also through heating it, usually these will come out around, so you'll have to heat them up and then work this onto the end of it and try and get it in as far as you can. There's a little ridge in there that catches it, and try and get it in the whole way, so when you glue it you have a full glue joint there. So that should hold together once I glue it like that. But now we'll show you the netting. Okay, let's take that coupler off of there. And then we have the netting here. Like I said before, I got this through Jan's Netcraft. And then what you're going to do is just start feeding this netting around, one loop at a time. And again, I'm not going to bore you with all this. I'll just stop the filming here for a moment and work this around and then show you what it looks like. Okay, so this part here you'll probably want to do outside when you glue this joint on. You'll need that with the PVC primer and the glue. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm sure there's videos online that you can find to do that. I had to do this outside because the fumes are pretty noxious, and so we did that. It's kind of messy. You want to make sure you have old clothes on, but it's glued together now. So I'll give that time to harden, and then the next step will be to put the foam, like on this one, put that foam around it. And I'll show you that here in a moment. Okay, I'm back, and here we go again with the rest of this project. So I already showed you this. We have this. I did have to put a tie wrap on here because I missed one of the loops, so that's how I solved that one. And then I put a little bit of crazy glue on the end of it there so that it'll keep it from tightening up once it's put together. Okay, so now you take your foam, which like I said earlier is made for this size pipe. It already comes with a split in it, and I already tore it apart. You just run your finger down through there and tear that apart. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to start away from that joint. I don't want to put the joint right at the seam. And start working this foam around the pipe. And I already pre-cut this to the correct size, so hopefully, if I did everything right, it should come together at the end here. And it does. So there we have it. So I'm going to twist this and I'll put the tie wraps around here, and then I'll be right back. Okay, here we go, last one. Let's see, I get that right in the middle there. And we'll just put this on like so. Snug it up. And there we have it. And I just have to snip these off, put the rope on, and we'll have the finished product. Have a chum net. So thank you for watching. Again, if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe. I had a good time doing this. This is a great project. Like I said, I don't think you really save any money, but it's a do-it-yourself. It's quality. It should hold up for many years. And I have two of them now. And one's going to go to my brother-in-law in New Jersey who has a boat. So hopefully this summer we'll be making another video and we can put that one on using this chum net or the other one. Thank you. Okay, hi everybody. Welcome back to part 2. When I designed this channel, I had two things in mind: fishing and spirituality. When I'm out fishing, I tend to sit there and think about things like this. You know, when Jesus walked along the shores of the lake and came upon Simon and Andrew, two of his future apostles, he said, drop your nets, I will make you the fisher of men. And I don't believe that he was just talking to them alone. He's talking to all of us. He wants us to go out and introduce others to Jesus, to him, to spread love and peace throughout the world. And I don't believe this is just something that's done in church. I believe that this is something that we do every day when we encounter other people, when we encounter our relatives, our loved ones, just being out there doing good things for other people. I believe that's spreading his love and his word to others. I just saw a good story on YouTube where a former Vietnam veteran, well, not former Vietnam, he's a Vietnam veteran, went back to Vietnam and ended up in a meeting sitting across the table from a former Viet Cong officer who actually was in a battle with this American veteran at one time and ended up killing some of his friends. And this former Viet Cong officer ended up asking him, how does it feel sitting across the table from a former enemy like this? And I just loved the answer this man gave him. It was with such eloquence. He said that, he had found the love of Jesus and that he found peace and that he now loved this former Viet Cong officer and that Jesus loves him. Now the translator sitting at the table, she burst into tears at this. And the Viet Cong sitting there, the former Viet Cong, were all dumbfounded, like, why is this woman crying? And then when they finally got her to say what he had said, the officer got up and walked around the table, ended up hugging the American veteran. So, you know, right there, he had spread some peace and love throughout the world. And I think that's what each of us need to do. And so, like I said, I'm going to try and throw a little bit of spirituality in with the fishing. And I want you all to think about these kind of things. Thanks again. Oh, and part of my inspiration came from Father Dave from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. So I'm going to put a link in the description where he has his masses. He's really a great guy. He's a young guy. He's funny. He keeps my interest. You know, there's been times where I've been wanting to fall asleep at a mass and have never wanted to fall asleep during one of his sermons. So he's a good guy to listen to. And also I'll put in a link for that story about the American veteran. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day, and it was nice talking to you.